Love yourself. All of my confidence was built on other people's thoughts of me. You know, people say these things like, oh, don't be full of yourself. You better be full of yourself. You better be full of yourself, because then what are you full of? You don't want to be hollow, and you also don't want to be full of everybody else's validation of you, because who are they? And baby, they will run away. When shit go low and they gone, you're empty.
What's up, beautiful people? I'm back. This is my second time doing it, and hopefully the words come together aptly. And this time, this is all about a part of me showing up unapologetically and embracing my imperfections, because that's what I feel the greatness about being neurodivergent, where a lot of the time where a lot of neurodivergent individuals feel the need to mask. And last year I dedicated the full year to unmasking, and there's still some residual effects of it, where I'm finding myself where I'm very aware of how to of my interactions with others. And I also know that the challenges with my language and communication and social skills. And that's something I'm really building up on. And as we all know, Amanda Seals went on Club Shay Shay to talk to Shannon Sharp. I guess Shannon Sharp out here doing his thing right now with all the interviews and causing, well, he's not causing all types of mayhem, but the interviews that he's getting is raw. People are being raw and unapologetic, and I think that's something that's fresh and that has been missing. And so now I didn't watch the whole 3 minutes. I did watch the 40-minute clip of where Amanda was talking about her interaction with Issa Rae and within the industry. And so the first clip that I played by Amanda Seal is so true. And what I say all the time about not only being like Black and disabled, but being a neurodivergent Black woman and having the need to take up space and be unapologetic in who I am and basically in my journey. Because when I first started the concept of Black Girl Fire back in 2016, during my second year at the School of the Art Institute of Chicago, it was my goal to create a platform for the misunderstood, unheard, and unseen by turning their trauma into a healing experience. But as I learned over the 10 years that I have been building the core and the foundation of Black Girl Fire, like, it really don't matter who understand, who see me, or who hear me, because that still don't add or take away of who I am at the core and the challenges that I have with being a neurodivergent Black woman in America. And I know, like, in my personal journeys, like, I have been at risk of getting kicked out of the School of the Art Institute of Chicago at SIC. That was literally heartbreaking, because a lot of these incidents could have been prevented if people would have minded their own business, because I was minding mine and they came and messed with me. And back then I really didn't have that much control over my anger. And a part of like my anger and impulsivity is very closely related with what we've seen in some of the NFL players that have CTE from playing football for so long. I want to specifically highlight the football player. I can't think of his first name. It's either Andrew or Alex Hernandez, who was sentenced to life in prison for committing murder. But they later found out after his untimely demise that he had a severe case of CTE. And one thing in CTE and TBI are closely related, and if untreated, like the rage, the untap of the emotions of going from one high point to the low point in a split second, and not receiving the proper tools and resources. And I know, like for me, after being placed in like a psych ward, after experiencing one of the worst silent seizures ever in my life, and experiencing malpractice while given a pill without proper examination, that caused me to stop having thoughts and brain function, that really disconnected my thoughts and emotions from each other. And I'm just now starting to feel the reconnections between my thoughts and emotions, and I'm really starting to feel my emotions and how to use them to communicate and to navigate society. And it's just a lot for me, and just like allowing my brain like process to take in information and to rest. But like that's enough of going down my soapbox. But a part of this is I wanted to do this commentary because Amanda Seals comment. Wait, hold on. Let me play the video before I add my 2 cents. Hold on. Let me find the video.
I recently was diagnosed as someone who has autism spectrum disorder. What it simply means is that your brain functions in a different way, so you're neurodivergent, and you also have certain tendencies that are considered outside of what the neurotypical way of things is, that can have you present in a manner that people misrepresent. People saying things like, you are difficult, you are mean, you are nasty, and you know that you're none of these things.
Right.
But they're attributing it to things that are not actually action-based. Like, I don't cheat people. I don't lie to people. I don't stab people in the back. I don't operate in mendacity. I am not duplicitous. I don't do none of this shit. But I have a certain tone about how I speak. And that makes people feel like, oh, I'm mean, because something about the tone that I speak doesn't make them feel a certain way. Actually, a part of being autistic, that you are very, very, very sensitive to what people think about you, because you are always keenly aware that you are an alien. You are keenly aware that you are different. You are keenly aware that something is very odd about you, because I've always been labeled as this. You think you know everything. It's not that I think I know everything, but I really did know the answer. But they like,
I think you're a know-it-all.
You're a lot. You're a show-off. You're extra. I'm just trying to exist. I'm literally just existing in the world. It's always interesting when people call me the mean girl. I say I must have turned into a bad bitch, because I was flat-chested and loud for a really long time. Like, I was always the bullied one. Because when I recount a story, I want you to notice this when I recount stories. I very rarely include my feelings. I speak in literals. That's part of the reason why people don't like me neither, because I'm literal and I take things literally.
And I resonate with everything that Amanda Seals said in that segment right there, because of the challenges that I also have as being a severe frontal lobe traumatic brain injury survivor. I have to really watch what I say or how I respond to people, because I feel like I don't get the same grace as everybody else. That's why, like I say, I don't like unnecessary conflict. I don't do well. I do have a tendency to over explain, because when I wasn't this aware and I was just going about life just being like any other person, and not being aware of my neurodivergency, and but other people was aware of something that was different about me, but I was just boldly taking up space. But it gotten to the point where I got tired of constantly being gained up on, constantly being attacked, because with me, there has been a couple of instances where I just had to be the bigger person, be silent, and distance myself away from the person. Because if I didn't, I would just say I don't look good in an orange jumpsuit. So like I feel like a lot of people, especially a lot of neurotypical people, don't understand about neurodivergent individuals when it comes to conflict, and they say like we over explain or we be stuck in that head. It's a reason, because if we truly express our emotions or say how I feel, this situation may not end good, and it's more so having, like they say, emotional intelligence and self-awareness, and knowing like what I'm capable, what I can handle, and what I can't handle. I'm doing much better than I was a year ago, but I still have a long ways to go. But I'm just happy where I'm at right now, and I'm so happy that Amanda Seals did the interview on Club Shay Shay, and she talked about her experience as a neurodivergent Black woman in Hollywood in the film industry, which is a voice in the conversation that we really don't hear. We hear a lot about the challenges of neurotypical and non-disabled Black women and what they have to endure in Hollywood with the injustice and inequality regarding pay gap disparities, and how they are just treated on set. Like my personal hero, Monique, who stood boldly and unapologetic, and stood her ground, and was able to win her settlement or case, whatever it was, against Netflix. And after that situation, in May of 2023, the actor and writer strike happened, asking for the exact same thing that Monique stood against, but she was ridiculed, humiliated, and belittled by a lot of people. And yet, during that actor and writer strike, no disabled voice or neurodivergent Black woman was heard during that conversation, even though the Netflix documentary Clary on Set came out about what all happened to those kids. And it's very heartbreaking. Like, it always been my dream to be a part of Hollywood, ever since like I was a little girl. But now, like looking back, I was saved because I wouldn't want to be a part of industry or environment like that. That's why I'm on a mission to disrupt Hollywood by pioneering the world's first neurodivergent focused social media production company to amplify the superpower of being neurodivergent, to provide economic and exposure opportunities for neurodivergent Black women while providing them with tools and resources to help them live a comfortable and successful life. Because we need to keep in mind that the term neurodivergent was coined in the 1990s, but it recently gained a lot of popularity and traction within the last 2 years. Before these last 2 years, a lot of us neurodivergents, our disabilities were referred to as invisible, hidden, or non-apparent. Like, what is non-apparent? That makes us feel even more misunderstood, unheard, and unseen in an inaccessible society where we forced to be aliens just to navigate this foreign society that's really accessible and inadequate for everyone when you really think about it. So, and now, like over these last 2 years, we are seeing more tech companies, large tech corporations providing more initiatives to support neurodivergent individuals within the workplace, more films and television shows center the neurodivergent experience. But the only thing missing are neurodivergent Black women. And this is what Black Girl Fire Cosmic Revolution is all about, to ensure neurodivergent Black women are included in the conversation, that they receive economic exposure opportunities. Because like, I'm done begging. I I have been a part of Hollywood. I work on productions in Hollywood that left me feeling robbed and cheated of my creative geniusness, where my work was culturally appropriated by white-led disability organization out in Hollywood, where they went on to win an award where I received nothing but scraps. And so it's a lot of work that needs to be done, and I'm doing something about it by pioneering the world's first neurodivergent focused social media production company. And you can be a part of Black Girl Fire's Cosmic Revolution by becoming a free DeWad Patreon member today to ignite the flames of this revolution. And yes, in that order, beautiful people. And I want to play one more video before like I hop on out of here. And I feel like these are powerful words to end on. So, because I feel I'm meant to say it better than I do. So.
Please be full of yourself and love yourself. All of my confidence was built on other people's thoughts of me. You know, people say these things like, oh, don't be full of yourself. You better be full of yourself. You better be full of yourself, because then what are you full of? You don't want to be hollow, and you also don't want to be full of everybody else's validation of you. Because who are they? And baby, they will run away. When shit go low and they gone, you're empty.